Alright, we're about to queue into Mount Gulg, as well as I think there's a trial almost immediately after that. That's pretty hype in the first place that they brought back Mount Gulg as far as like old school Final Fantasy stuff. There's been a small amount of that, but I don't know, the whole thing about like doing the single player instance to raid Yulmore and then building a giant golem to climb an angel mountain seems like very old school Final Fantasy. I dig it.
What about the motivation fight, the hardest fight in the game?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Like, it was silly that you're having this conversation, but the fact that they had like the duty accepted, duty failed thing on the screen helped a lot.
My theory is it's going to be the Savage, the last one they released, the expansion. 8 people come in, and they all have to neg him into doing it.
Yeah, that's a metaphor for 2019, right? Like, big mood. Everybody's depressed. You gotta motivate them.
It's pretty funny. I'm also frustrated that I can't get into the Lalafell only part of Kalusia.
There's a Lalafell only.
Oh, you haven't been there yet? Yeah, it's in the back southeastern corner. Lalafell's only.
In Tomra and in the other town, there's a house you can visit. You gotta be a Lalafell. Otherwise, the game's like, fuck you, you're not tall enough. Or you're too tall. I'm tired, clearly. And there is a way you could go in, Marstead. There is.
By Fantasia, you can do a Lalafell. Alright, good.
Somebody did that on the forum. They were a Lalafell and they Fantasia'd out of it while inside the Lalafell house.
Shit.
Apparently, no shit.
them out.
I know you guys wanted to run this dungeon, but I'm going to the thing right now. I don't have time
I'm so
for this.
sorry. Never know what's in there. I was talking in Discord about this, but I feel like Shadowbringers really feels like the first 14 expansion that really feels like an old school Final Fantasy, and I think it's just because they're able to use this world that doesn't have any relic of 1.0 that they have to explain away or consider all the time.
So, but before we really get started with the dungeon, Marstead, you had a big announcement to make.
This is regarding Mixer?
I heard it. I heard there was a Mixer announcement.
Mixer.
Mixer is a thing.
Marstead on Mixer, 2020.
Yeah. 100% for sure. Do you see how quickly they took away they took away the partner check mark from...
Yeah, I did see that post.
It's possible that he initiated that, but it's still funny.
Oh yeah, well fuck you too. Also, Marstead, in the Scholar Discord, how to play good that you. One of the guys was like, probably having a tank at 20% HP is fine. That's when you should start healing. So don't get worried if you get a little lower than usual.
Is that... You're serious? Whoa, that's cool.
I mean, because the question was like, all right, when should I stop DPSing and kind of get in there? And it was like, definitely don't let the tank die. That's rule number 1. And don't try to do a bunch of advanced stuff before you're kind of ready. But me personally, I do it at about 20%. That's when I get back in there.
God. It's funny.
So, I mean, this was like one guy that raids a bunch, so I don't know if that's...
Sure.
And I'm sure they don't do that on progression and that kind of thing, right?
I mean, what I'm hearing is that if your tank is ever above 20%, you lose the game.
I'm not maximizing my DPS in that situation, so
exactly.
That's what it's all about.
I was cracking up about it during the quest line that they're just like, hey, we gotta get up to this mountain. Like, oh, I know, we should build a giant golem. And everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the solution? Like,
Why
yeah,
not?
of course.
How else do you propose getting up here,
Well, yeah, you raise a good point. I don't have an alternative.
Mr. Brogan and elitist? Oh, height is no issue for me.
I
I'll
can just walk right
take
up
two
there.
big, tall strides and I'm there. Ugh.
It felt very like Final Fantasy IV Giant of Babel.
It's frustrating when the enemy dies before I get to use the last Winzokuken hit.
That's because of that healer DPS you get now.
Now that you've got energy drain back.
No, I'm just spamming Arbor. Apparently,
Oh, I
that's
see.
the way to do it. I mean, yeah, I should be probably energy training here and there to do it.
Arbor, the one that they've buffed now in 2 patches, I think, right?
Yeah, that's our AoE.
Does it have an added effect, or is it just damage?
It's just damage.
I see. Was it Holy, I think, stuns everything, which is kind of nuts.
Oh yeah, some people complain about that because it's really good, really. But I have no cast time. That's kind of trade-off.
Oh, I see. I'm interested to see how they're going to handle wrapping this instance in the trial, but I feel like Val 3 is one of their better villains that they've had and invested in kicking his ass.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool having the angel be like a environmental hazard. Do any of y'all's main classes have stat breakpoints where like you really need to get a certain amount of skill speed or spell speed for the game class to be fun?
I don't know.
Nothing that I've run across, but I may not be up to date. I know that Machinist is really tight on the Wildfire combo, but that's more ping dependent. I don't think skill speed helps or hurts that too
Right.
much.
Well, I think with classes like that, if you care about raiding, sometimes they don't want to have too much because you don't want your different raid buffs to disalign with other people.
Right.
Yeah.
So you care about that kind of thing, but I don't know. If I ever do
That's
Savage,
pretty
it's going to
tough
make me bug, and it's going to be when I probably overgear it, so I don't care.
Hey, it's Val 3's Lion. That's cool.
I really liked the new raid stuff, so I might dip my toe into Savage. Maybe at least the first.
If you do, let me know. I'm definitely willing to try it.
Yeah.
I think OS 1 was fine, and then 2 was pretty tough after that, but anything above that was getting to be too much for me. I guess if I had a group, like a static group of 8 people, but just the social stress of working with randos every week.
Just from reading the progress reports, it sounds like they've standardized raids such that the first one is fairly doable, and the second one is somewhat doable but somewhat harder, and then the third and the fourth are where shit gets crazy. So
Or like you're probably going to want to have a static. That seems to be the way it was with Delta Escape. Okay, so it gives a little thing showing where the AoE is going to come out. Cyclone Wing. Raid damage. Okay. It's gonna come out at those portals. Infinite Light. Nah. Still getting a handle on my level 80 skill. Spent.
What is your 80?
It just changes. Warrior has Fell Cleave, which is this big damage attack, and it just changes that to an even bigger damage attack whenever I press my button that increases my gauge. The problem is that, like, from 72 to 79, I kind of got incentivized to never hit Fell Cleave after using Infuriate. I have to do the opposite. It's not a big deal. Warrior is super simple now. I see. So now there's these little wind things as well that give off an AoE. I see. Clever.
Been up with the Gunbreaker meme of just taking all the stacks here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Max Vuln stacks.
Yeah.
Playing a lot of Astrologian lately has made me appreciate when ranged players stay near a group instead of off in a corner.
Yeah,
Out of
right.
AoE range. So you're welcome, Pat.
Thanks.
Pretty much
Summoning
everything they get as they're
healer.
leveling up is off GCD. They're probably like, oh god, they need it. Just give them 1 million off GCD heals.
Is there any opinion as to whether this last patch for Astro is, like, significantly improving the balance situation, or?
I mean, I can sort of handle most big pulls in dungeons now. If I give up the fact that I'm going to do nothing but hit benefit over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the off GCDs help a lot. The first one you get is called like Celestial Intersection, where it basically says, hey, you know how you can pick between regen or shields? Well, this gives you the other one.
Oh,
Most of the
okay.
time, I don't know if it's the correct choice, but like I use the regen in dungeons, so it's nice to pop a shield and then use the thing that puts the regen underneath it.
Mm.
So
So I have to see that poor dwarf. There's this part of the main story quest line to unlock this place. This dwarf is like talking about how you're gonna hang out with him later. I'm gonna show you pictures of his family. Oh, cool. Like, this dwarf is totally dead. And then they didn't die. That's okay.
did you get your lollipop?
I need to get that.
I still need to unlock it. Is it a blue
No
quest?
excuse. It's one of the Aetherite. The guy who gives you the Aetherite quests in Tomra if you continue his quest line.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. It sounds like that's the formula,
one-
right? Like the Aetherite quest line unlocks a quest line that has something at the end, like an emote or something.
I think
Yeah.
not always, but typically some of them do. Like, if you
Mhm.
want, there's that one quest line you might have done in Ebola Land, where the guy's
Mhm.
talking about his great serpent Bronca. You continue that quest line, and then another one in the Vera Village, you can get your very own great serpent of Bronca.
Ooh. Desynthesis.
By the way, 14 fates away from Lahi in our free company house.
Oh snap!
Nice.
Giving you the update.
It's a good song.
I eventually want to try to hit 16 every zone, because I'm trying not to kill myself doing it. So
Fates are pretty dead whenever I play in the mornings when I'm babysitting. Tried hopping servers, but I may have missed the boat.
Some zones are more dead than others too. Like I've definitely noticed Rakpika is not hopping.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
Whereas
my
Lakeland
last
is
one.
generally pretty popular. But a lot of people are forced into Fates in Lakeland because you got to be 71 before you get into the dungeons, right? So
Right. This is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Sinscape or landscape as we climb up here. Sin Eater. This reminds me of Nier.
I was thinking, yeah, it's got that washed out.
Mm-hmm.
Technically.
You're gonna get that 24-man Nier Automata raid.
Oh shit!
Jim Jam.
I'm gonna get the 2B outfit.
Looks like there's an interruptible ability that Prejudice uses. There's no way for me to know if an enemy that I don't have targeted is using an interruptible ability, right? They don't have like something over their head or...
I don't think so. You have to be able to see their cast bar,
I see.
as far as I know. I mean,
Yeah. I think, didn't WoW have, like, you could see everybody's cast bars above their head? And...
Yeah,
Or
it's in their
something.
HP frames.
Right.
it usually seems like, at least in these dungeons, there's only one or two mobs that have an interruptible, and if there's more than one, they'll be like the same type of mob.
Sure,
So
right.
you can kind of. So on
Makes
ranged,
sense.
I know I have an interrupt, so I'll make sure I'm targeting one of them. Even though like it'll be doing my AOE stuff, I'll be targeting that one so I can hit the heavy graze when it's doing its thing.
Giant tic-tac-toe board? Yo. Okay. It's a cube.
The Cube.
It's a good movie.
Hmm. Need to watch that again.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. 5. Oh, I see. Maybe. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Oh, what's catalyze? The upgraded.
If I crit, there's a different type of shield you get. You get both shields.
Oh,
And I have an ability that makes sure I crit every now and then.
that's nice. Oh,
Is that a
seems
good
bad.
stand in it or bad stand in it?
Maybe it's a good stand in it. Okay, it was a good stand in it. It was a missile, or not a missile, a meteor. I guess if it has that line coming from the sky, it probably means stand in it. Oh, I gotta stop. I keep making this mistake with my level 80 skill. Oh, I see.
Oh god, find it good.
I got you, friendo. Or orbs. Because you can just barely fit to the right of the laser. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be near the orbs, but in the good square.
Hmm. Sacrament of Penance. Oh, it's just raid damage. You gotta remember to use Reprisal. I'm really bad about that. It's this tank roll action that makes the thing do 10% less damage. I might be making a mistake. Let's see. Yeah, that was a mistake. Oops. I wasn't sure if if the faces were on the edges that it would extend through the entire arena. I think it maps pretty closely to the squares we're standing on.
Yeah.
He did.
Nice.
Cool.
That was a cool
Take
fight.
that, Rubik's Cube.
More earrings of healing. I'll take the second one.
Can't go for it.
Slash
I'm
lookout.
getting any casting gear.
I am righteousness.
Kind of be
This
walking
is
around my
pretty
Grandpa
sweet.
Lalafell's fishing outfit. Wanted some new gear.
I love the way this dungeon is progressing.
So he was like turning his people into some kind of bun and then eating them.
Meal.
He was turning them into sin eaters, and then he could eat the meals
they're
made
eating
from
sin
sin
eater
eaters.
meat.
So, nom 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 nom.
He himself is a sin eater. So he did a pretty good job of planting, because you can see the little face in his armpit pretty early on. That's weird.
Yeah.
The Take Gilmore stage was really cool. I thought the final fight against Ranjit was pretty cool.
Oh, this healing gear.
Oh yeah.
Ranjit was cool. I like Norb 2.0 as well. Character. But I guess Queen Braun is probably the more logical, but Norb is what I like.
Right. Yeah, this whole expansion just feels like a really solid standalone single-player Final Fantasy title. And I guess you could pretty much play it that way, other than the couple 8-man instances along the way, thanks to the trust system.
Yeah.
Yeah, really just that. It's kind of amazing.
%.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is ruined.
You have home gang.
Yeah. Dude, I think I've used Home Gang productively, fewer than 5 times in my entire career.
Something you may not know, my Sacred Soil that I put down now has a regen tick on it.
Oh, right on.
So you're being healed even if it doesn't look like maybe not
That's
enough, but
I passed the ass thing.
Thank you. I'm still using the 400 one from Scathing Gear. Chances are I'll be using that until I hit 79. So
Sweet.
meanwhile, I've gotten literally every Gunbreaker weapon. So the easy mode little meta.
Yeah, the blue saber's the best looking one, whichever one that is.
I even have the one from Titania X. I have literally every
Nice.
weapon for
Yeah.
Gunbreaker.
That's a good looking weapon too, actually. Wish I had it.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I haven't tried the X Trials yet, but that's probably the next thing to do.
oh god.
Really good. Actually, I'm stuck at a farting monkey in Sekiro right now, so I probably need to do that first.
The monkey!
Word.
A monkey
How
ape.
far?
I beat it, and he got to his second phase.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
It's like,
I figure out how do I ask this
Damn
question
it.
without...
No,
he texted me like a week, like 1 week, and it was like, I got to the monkey and got stuck, and I was like, oh my god, did he get to the second part or not?
yeah.
I was gonna be like,
No,
how much of his health bar did you clear? Something like that.
It took a good day of fighting him to get past that
Oh,
first
yeah.
wave. I was really proud of myself to get that far. Ugh.
That's one of my favorite all-time gaming moments. I think
Yeah.
If you get a
It's good
chance,
stuff.
if you go back and watch, I think there's a highlight for it. Like, I just die laughing when it happens. Like, delighted, like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Oh, the TikTok.
The farts and the poop throwing are already pretty great.
Yeah,
Throws
right.
poop at you. Did you ever get him?
Well, I wasn't in any rush to play Sekiro before, but now I don't know if I might have to go buy a PS4 after this stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Okay, so he has a visual cue of where he's going to slam his hand.
And I keep being just in it. That ranged DPS.
Mm-hmm. This is such a cool build-up. What a, like, final boss arena, too. Yeah, so I don't know, but my guess is we fight her as the end of Mount Gulg, and then the next trial is Valkyrie. Forgive an obscenity.
1 second.
Sure.
Yeah. I figured it out. It won't matter because I'm not. Well, I guess I'll use it anyway. But at least as a melee DPS, you can lolly ho while you're doing the DPS.
Oh, can you?
The DPS living ring. So now I make sure to start and end every fight with the lolly ho.
I misread that. I thought that was interruptible. So Fortissimo is raid damage.
Stop that, damn you! I don't care what it takes!
Yeah, great voice actor.
Oh yeah.
Boss are supposed to glance your foe. Oh, I think you have to pull him out of that. Seems like that's bad.
No, I
Come
think.
on.
No, this is my good blue. This is good blue.
Oh,
ring.
that's your blue? Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
He does make it though after he says that line. All of her AoEs that have like a hidden effect after, like it shows
Oh,
you
I
one,
see.
and then they'll be. But you're generally good if you're just like outside the ring, just outside the ring. You'll see what I mean. Watch the AoEs through the special one.
Oh, I see. And there's like a little secondary ring. So just outside any one of the rings should be fine.
Shit.
Ah, that's too close.
So like maybe a step away from it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
just
okay.
outside it.
Okay. The order?
Oh, I think is it the outside first.
Yeah. Gotcha. Sforzondo. Ow. Okay.
Shit.
I think that's a tank buster. Didn't use that until pretty late. That time I reprised it.
Yeah, good.
Okay, I think I see now. So it's not like right outside the circle, but like take a step back from right outside the circle.
Yeah.
If you're not getting hit by the inner one, but just barely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to look for the shiny one.
Okay. So shiny one was relevant. Shiny one's like the real one.
Yeah, they're the only one that has the upgraded
AoE.
ability.
Tank Buster. That's the good blue, gotcha. Tank Buster. I'll get it eventually. I keep standing like just in one of the wrong rings.
That's bad blue, I assume.
That's limit break
Maybe it
blue.
was a break.
Oh, that was good blue.
Yeah,
Lolly ho.
I can't lolly ho during it.
Boo.
I got one on at the end, but it's not the same.
Apparently, I can rescue to end the animation early during a limit break. That's one of its actual utilities.
Hey, first time dodging.
First try.
You can animation cancel with rescue? I just
Yeah,
understood
apparently.
what you said. That's wild.
Got him.
Woot.
Very cool.
Well, there's a weapon you'll immediately overpower when you do your job quest. Or pretty soon.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Everyone looks bummed.
Bathroom break.
Yeah, no worries. I'll go ahead and lock the recording here. We'll boot it back up for the trial.